We're out here for a simple reason, everything I worked for the last 10 years is gone.
Around 6 p.m. on January 7th, 2025, a fire erupted at the base of a transmission tower operated by the Southern California Edison Power Company. Within hours, the fire had spread to engulf 1,000 acres, and by the next morning, it was burning across more than 10,000. The Eaton Fire ultimately scorched over 14,000 acres, caused over $25 billion worth of damages, and left 19 people dead. 1 year later, the areas affected by the fire are still struggling to recover. So the American Communist Party spoke to residents who are trying to make sense of the damage their community has endured.
The whole day was a blackout. There was no electricity, no phone service, no Wi-Fi, no nothing. I did my work at the stables. I went to my part-time job. I came back and did more work on the stables. Then I went to take a nap. And the only reason I got up because I was going to meet a friend at an AA meeting. And when I walked outside, I just noticed the hill was on fire.
At some point, maybe 10 or 10:30, we started to see the fire that didn't look as far away as they were saying it was, and started to think about getting the horse. I had 3 horses, the horses out because of the air quality. By the time we had a trailer, by the time we got the trailer ready and started to bring the horses out, the fire was really bearing down on us. It moved very quickly.
Once I get down the street, I get service back, my Wi-Fi turns back on, and I get all these calls. I get those calls from my friend Alyssa Tate, my parents, my mother's calling me crying. Then I start noticing, what's going on. People are evacuating, there's smoke everywhere, trees are falling, there's debris everywhere. It was one of the first times in my life where I really felt that I was in danger.
I did box up my cats, but took nothing else because there was nothing in the back of my head said I was never going to come back to the house. And went to my sister's house in Silver Lake, and it wasn't until the next morning when a friend of ours was able to get into the area and saw that Altadena was basically gone, and took video of our property and told us it would burn down.
In the immediate aftermath, Southern California Edison denied responsibility for the fire. Instead, they attempted to blame the homeless encampment that was nearly 300 yards away for sparking the disaster, but there was overwhelming evidence, including photos, videos, and 3D recreations, which demonstrated that SoCal Edison bore the responsibility. For months, regulators have been criticizing the quality and timeliness of their safety inspections and warned that their aging infrastructure was not being properly maintained. Failures like this show that the fire was not simply the result of weather or bad luck, but of deliberate negligence by the for-profit energy company. To make matters worse, on the day of the fire, there were major failures in the emergency alert system, causing some residents to be unaware of the encroaching flames. In one neighborhood in particular, the area known as West of Lake, residents report not being alerted at all, and as a result, experienced the majority of the fire's casualties.
They had an evacuation plan, right? So my side of Altadena was still in the green, we were in the safe zone, which isn't the reality of the situation. The situation was that fire was coming closer and closer, and we should have been evacuated hours ago.
I see people trying to parrot this narrative that they used during Katrina, this sort of racist narrative of people that were too stupid to leave their houses when they were being evacuated, and that's just wasn't true then, and it's not true now. No one was told to evacuate. My elderly neighbors go to sleep at 9 o'clock. They burned alive in their beds.
These fires were preventable, and these deaths were preventable. Had SoCal Edison made the necessary upgrades, or the residents been properly alerted, there would not be billions of dollars in damages and 19 people dead. In a time of great need, when the authorities failed to protect their citizens, the question arises, what exactly were the authorities doing? While Californians pay some of the highest taxes in the nation, their infrastructure is crumbling and their institutions appear unable to keep up with these cascading failures. Despite this, the outpouring of community support and mobilization following the fires is clear evidence that people are ready for change. The American Communist Party strives to be this alternative authority, one that can both learn from and guide the people through these chaotic times. It's clear that no one is coming to the rescue, and only the working class, united under a new banner, can save themselves from the next disaster. Let this short video serve as a reminder that the citizens of Altadena and the American Communist Party will never forget January 7, 2025.